Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video, and today we have another battle of the budget phones because the phones that I have today are very similar in nature, in specifications, even in price. And I thought instead of doing a separate video for each one of these phones, I'd do a quick comparison and show you guys which one you should consider buying if you are in the market looking to spend a little bit of money and get yourself a budget phone. Both of the phones that I have are from Honor. One is the Honor X6a and the other one that I have is the Honor X5 Plus. Now looking at these specs real quick, we have 128 gigs of internal storage for the Honor X6a. This one also comes in a 4 gig and a 6 gig variant. The Honor X5 Plus only comes with 64 gigs of internal storage, and this does not have a 6 gig option. But I should mention that both of these have a micro SD card option, so you can expand the memory if you want to. So let's go ahead and unbox them real quick. All right, so we have the X5 Plus over here, and then we have the X6a. And looking at some of the details inside, it's pretty much the same. We have SIM ejector pin, we have some paperwork, and we have the silicone case. Same exact thing for the X6. So we have, again, a SIM ejector pin, paperwork, and also a silicone case. We also have the same chargers. And these both come with a headphone or ear set, which is, which makes sense because this does have, both of them actually have 3.5mm audio jack. And then out of the box, we do get a charger. They look, there's a little bit of a size difference there. So the X6a comes with an 18-watt charger, goes maximum to 22.5 watts. And the X5 Plus comes with a 10-watt charger. Now looking at the design for both of them, they're pretty similar when it comes to just quickly glancing at them. The Honor X5 actually has 2 cameras, so we have a dual camera setup over here. The X6a has a triple camera setup, which I'll discuss later on. I personally like the black color better because it has kind of like a satin finish. It's not matte, but it has a little bit of shine to it, and it doesn't really attract fingerprints. And as for the X6a as well, it's also kind of like a matte finish. Both of these are plastic, and they do have plastic sides as well, but they've done a pretty good job. Quality is pretty nice. They don't feel wonky or squeaky in any way. Design-wise, they're pretty much the same. So we have this SIM tray on top, which has dual SIM options and also a micro SD option. On this side, we pretty much don't have anything. On the bottom, the placement is also the same. So we have a 3.5mm audio jack, we have the USB-C port, and then we have the speakers. And on the sides, we have the volume rocker buttons, which are placed exactly on the same sides, and we have the power button, which is integrated with a fingerprint sensor. When it comes to the display, both of them have the exact same display. They are both a LCD display, which is where the cost-saving measures start to come at. These are very cheap phones, so you can't really expect a lot of it when it comes to the display, although both do have a 90 Hz refresh rate, so you can put it at 60 or 90 at any time, or you can even switch to dynamic, which will keep on changing depending on what you're browsing at. Just looking at the display, I don't know why I see a change in the color. So the X6 actually looks like it has a better display, although both of them are the exact same. There's really no difference. On the PPI is the exact same. This is a HD display, so it's 720, not even full HD 1080p. The pixel density is also the same, so I don't understand why there is a difference. Or maybe this one has the night light on. Maybe, let me see. No, it doesn't. Both are, there's no differences in the settings when it comes to the display. But for some reason, I don't know why this one is showing a little bit brighter. This one is showing like it's not as bright. Both of them have a 6.56-inch display, and just looking at it like that, there's really no difference whatsoever in both of these phones. Both have pretty much the same teardrop design when it comes to the camera. On the selfie side, we have the same amount of bezel. There's really no difference whatsoever. If we talk about performance, they also both have the same exact chip, but the difference is on the RAM side, because the Honor X6a actually comes with 6 gigs of RAM. Both of them have 4 gigs, so that's not fair to say. But I again don't see why there is a little bit of a difference here. There's a lot of factors that can sometimes decide that. I would say they're pretty much the same at 150,000 points. They're not really performance oriented. Both of them have the same Helio G36 chip, which is based on 12 nanometers, so it's not really the most efficient one either. Battery wise, both of them again have the same battery, so they have a 5200 milliampere battery. I'm happy to see that we're now trying to, or kind of going out of the 5000 standard, which is what every other manufacturer is doing. It's not really a big difference, but you may see a little bit of a difference when it comes to the battery life on your daily use. So 5200 milliamperes for both of them. And then when it comes to the charging, this one will support the fastest charging, which is the 22 watts, and this one will stay at 10 watts. So it's going to take a little bit of time to charge that battery. When it comes to the camera, both of them also have the same 50 megapixel camera on the back as a main camera. But the difference is that the Honor X6a actually has two 2 megapixel cameras. So this one has an extra 2 megapixel camera. One is a depth sensor and one is a macro. And this one only has one 2 megapixel camera, which is the depth sensor only camera. I don't really see the use of that 2 megapixel camera. The camera itself is all right. Honor does pretty good when it comes to the cameras, and even though these are very cheap 50 megapixel cameras and this not really the best camera out there, the quality or the image processing is actually not too bad. I think it's pretty decent for everyday use. I wouldn't recommend it for videos or you know, shooting TikToks or social media, but just for everyday photography or just to have a phone and have the ability to take a decent picture, these will do the job just fine. And they both also have a 5 megapixel front camera when it comes to the selfie, so both of them are pretty similar. I just see a slight color difference. One is a little bit warmer, one is a little bit cooler. And I don't know why I see that difference when they're the exact same thing. Both of them will shoot at 1080p when it comes to the video at 30 FPS. We don't have the option of 4K on these, obviously. And the same thing when it comes to the selfie cameras, these will shoot again in 1080p at 30 FPS. Now coming down to the cost and the pricing for both of these, they're kind of similarly priced. And not really at the same time as well, because if we look at it, they're cheap. But if we kind of look at it from a comparison perspective, there's really not a lot of difference. And the difference between both of them is around $50 of a difference. So this one will come, the X5 Plus will cost you around $100, which is just around 367 dirhams. So just under the 400 dirham mark, and the X6a will cost you around $150, which is around 550 dirhams. Now that's not really a huge price point difference, or it can be depending on how you look at it. The only difference I would say is that because the X6a has the ability to go up to 6 gigs of RAM, then maybe go for this one if you have that option. Both of them are okay devices. They're budget devices, so I don't know what you guys expect out of these. There's really not too much to expect, but just a quick comparison which maybe will help you out making a decision. So yeah guys, that's the X5, the Honor X5 Plus and the Honor X6a. Let me know what you guys think about both of these devices in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.